this. It's gonna be like side to side. That works too. Why not? I think I can read everything from here. Actually, hold on. Do I use these or the blue block? There we go. How we doing? Can we see me? Can we hear me? There we are. Hoo-wee. How you guys doing, man? What's up? There we go. All right, looking good. Awesome. Philip. Okay, so Philip is first, obviously. User access says, how you doing, man? How you doing? Can you guys see me, hear me? Are we good? Are we clear? On the seeing, on the hearing? Also, question. Do I go with the regular base glasses as usual, or do I wear these? So my girl got super worried about my screen time, and she got me these blue blockers. Which one makes me look more nerdy? This one or this one? Like, what are we doing? 1 in the chat for this, 2 in the chat for this. They're really blue blockers. They're really effective too. A little smudged though, so I gotta be careful with these. But yeah, she spent a pretty penny on these too. These are pretty nice actually. So let me know. All good? Okay, I can hear their cries of despair failure. Who are we talking about? On my way to the beach, any openers? Any opener I've already given you would work just fine. Just make sure it's more like situational. Make it more relevant to the situation you're in. That's all you really need to worry about, you know? Let me see. The blockers? Okay, blockers it is. The old ones? Okay, so we got 1 vote for the blockers, 1 vote for the old ones. Any more takers? One? Okay, that's 2 votes for these. The new ones give Dahmer vibes. It's fine. I'm not white. It's fine. Black frames look nerdy as fuck. Word. So these aren't quite as nerdy as this then. To be fair, it's true. I think this is a nerdier frame. 1 is more aura, 2 is more nerdy. Okay. All right, so we're probably gonna go with, which one is, what are we going for? Are we going for more nerdy or more, that's a good question actually. What are we really going for here? All right, we'll stick with nerdy for now. Or actually, this might be aura. Let's see. Had another phone call with a girl right now, 9 days street, got no girl for tomorrow yet, so my end. Oh, hell no. You just walk outside right now. Literally, walk outside right now. Go get a number, phone call. There you go. Just woke up. Congratulations. Happy to hear that. It's always a good thing whenever you wake up. It's a beautiful thing. People really do take that for granted. Every day we have to be on this spinning rock, it's a blessing. It really is. Let's see. Okay, you guys give me a second. I will be right back. You guys give me like the unoest of all mementos. I will be right back, okay? I'm gonna pause the live. Give me like 2 minutes. I should be back. Give me 2 minutes. Literally, I literally told them like choose, and this is what they said. They said this is more nerdy, this is more aura.
No. Those ones give professor. Those ones give
Type
gamer.
shit. Oh, that makes sense. All right, okay. I'm kind of going for nerdy though.
You just don't love me. And
I'll
your
switch
don't love
them.
me either because they would be telling you to wear the glasses.
Of course, but
no,
nah.
really cute,
Girl says hi, so yeah, you guys say hi back. What's going on though? Are we good? Can we hear me? Can we see me? Are we straight? There we go. I think I should be all fine and dandy. Whatnots. We're all good? Okay. Had another call. Oh yeah, I did read that one. Just woke up. Yeah, be grateful for that. I know what happens when you master mind and body, what happens when you master spirit. That is when you really transcend. That is those are where weird people come from. People that choose to exist solely in that realm and choose to ignore the physical. They're pretty weird, but they know a lot of shit though. They know everything before it happens in the physical because it all starts and emanates from there. From the spiritual, it trickles down the realms. That's kind of how it works. So yeah, those are where weird people come from, like me. Not to say I've mastered the spirit or anything, but you know, that's where weird people come from. Let's see. This girl I'm talking to started acting weird and giving excuses, leaving messages on my on red. Okay. All of a sudden, one day she acts like she's in love with me, and the other she acts like she's not. Yeah, standard. It makes sense. That's women. That's just about every woman. Maybe all not to the same degree. It all varies. But yeah, women go through these different dips in interest level and stuff. It's all a way to test your confidence anyway. Does your confidence wane when she's not giving you physical evidence that she likes you? Most men, unfortunately, fall for that. Like, oh no, this girl isn't acting like she likes me right now. Therefore, I have no confidence with her because I have no physical evidence that she likes me. The real confidence comes in, like the real study of confidence, the real practice of confidence, is still being confident when you have absolutely no evidence for your confidence. Is still being that guy in your head when you have no physical evidence for it. That's, real confidence. So if she's pulling her interest back, being hot and cold, and you're shaking and you're like, oh no, I don't know if I still, like, you should still be like, listen, I'm me. If she doesn't like me anymore for whatever reason, that's her loss. She's losing out on the experience of a lifetime. And if she does come back to her senses, then good for her. That's how it should be. Like, you should remain the constant. You should remain the solid. You should remain the rock. Okay? Bro, I think your live is paused. Yeah, pause it. He's still trying to pick up classes. That's funny. Jay seems like you got a pretty stable relationship. Yeah, I do. Why isn't your internet like that is crazy. But it's stable now. It's fine. I just came upstairs. Let's see. Hello, female Jace. Babe, they're calling you female Jace.
What?
They're calling you female Jace.
Yeah.
Which is funny because that's what I call you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. They said hi. Bro, your latest vids need captions. Nah, it doesn't. Did you see Christian's response video? Yeah, I did. It was quite comical, honestly. Alright, boss. How you doing, Fat Farm? What's going on, baby? How we doing, baby? How do you heal from a breakup that's from a 2-year relationship? You mourn the relationship first. This is what I always tell people. The first thing when it comes to dealing with a breakup is allowing yourself to mourn the relationship. Allowing yourself to understand that the relationship is dead and gone forever. Like, you gotta treat the relationship like a dead relative, right? And be like, yo, it's done. And, do your rituals, whatever rituals you believe in. Holy Communion, stop fucking humping. Holy Communion, always trying to distract me this one. Well, rituals, whatever rituals you believe in. Do your Holy Communions, do your, I've heard of people taking what they believe to be the ashes of their relationship. This is a real thing. Like, you know how people's relatives die? They cremate them, put their ashes in an urn, and then throw that into like the river or something. People do that with relationships. I've actually heard women do this like with more success. They'll take all the items they had or they gathered throughout the relationship, anything that at all reminds them of their ex-partner, burn that shit to a crisp, right? Put it in an urn. She's getting ideas. Put it in an urn. Speak into it, pray, whatever, and then throw it into the river. And that'll be their way of... It makes sense, right? Yeah, it's weird, but it makes sense. Like, so yeah, whatever you have to do, that's why I said rituals. If it makes sense to you, do it. Whatever you have to do to allow yourself to completely accept that the relationship is dead and gone and never coming back. Like, even if you end up coming back with this ex later on, that relationship you had in the beginning is gone forever. You're never getting that one back. So going through that process, mourning, like literally, get in the fetal position and cry if you have to. If that's what you believe in, do it. Call your mom, call your dad, cry to your friends, whatever. Like really allow yourself to feel the loss and mourn the death of the relationship. That's the first step. When you've gone through that step, then acceptance is very easy, right? You realize, yeah, it's never coming back. I'm okay with that. And then it's just a matter of, now that I know that relationship is long gone and dead, I can move on. I can do the things that'll move me forward into the future. You feel me? That's how you do it. Because it's necessary in stuff like survival of the fittest type shit. What are we talking about exactly? Survival of the fittest? I don't know. Is there like a message that you sent before that isn't here anymore? Let me know. New girlfriend about 2 or 3 months. Now she doesn't respond out of nowhere and she started acting weird. How should I reciprocate? Why? Women are a creature of, they're a reactive creature. She didn't just do it out of nowhere. And I hate when people try to say that. Like, oh, it just happened. No, it didn't just happen. Especially when the relationship is that, it's not a long relationship, but it's not a girl you're just talking to. It's a girl that you have as your girlfriend. I think, at least if you're telling the truth, you've both agreed to a consequential relationship. Why would she just ghost on you out of nowhere? Something happened. Figure it out. Don't be lazy. What did you do? And I'm going to say you because in case you haven't figured it out yet, that thing that happened is you. Right? It's always the man's fault. Say it with me. It is always the man's fault. So figure out what you did or said or didn't do or didn't say. Really observe the last, 3 interactions you've had with her and gauge those for a lack of strength or neediness or trying to be controlling or anything like that. Really audit yourself and be honest with yourself and you'll figure it out very quickly what it is. It's there. I promise you it's there. The thing is, when I F up with a girl, I always think, yeah, I'll try again in 6 months or so. Yeah, type shit. I never think it's dead forever. Rejection isn't real, honestly. So, as I don't know if it's even a healthy way to think about it like that, but it is the correct way to think about it. Like from a purely scientific point of view, no girl is really lost forever if you don't want them to be, because women are, again, reactive creatures. They're always going to change their minds, and the girl that's telling you right now will never, ever, 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 ever happen. You go through a transformative process in her mind and in her eyes, and from her perspective, you're an entirely different person. If you're an entirely different person, the person she didn't like before is dead and gone. So obviously the feelings change. When what you hate changes, you can't hate it anymore. That's how it works. I'm practicing meditation with my eyes open. This helps me get into flow state. Sure, that works for you. I'm guessing you're focusing your eyes on one fixed point. Is that what you're doing? That works too. So should you just expect it's dead for mindset purpose? Like when you're talking about letting go of the ex, yes. Like you can accept that the relationship you had before is dead and gone forever, and still also accept the fact that you have a possibility of getting back together in the future. Like, just understand that whatever relationship you have in the future with her is going to be vastly different, entirely different than the one you had before. Because it's not going to be starting under the same, context or frame or anything like that. So just accept that relationship, the way y'all ran shit before, dead and gone, over. Let's see. Also, I think as time goes and your real life value goes up, like courage, discipline, and stuff, your chances increase significantly, especially when your courage and discipline goes up, right? That is what real value is. As a man, the most valuable thing you can give a woman is discipline, which means the most valuable thing you can have is discipline, because you can't give what you don't have, right? I feel like struggle is discipline. I struggle so much with this ish. To some degree, you could look at this as like discipline as a struggle. It is a bit of a war. To be disciplined is to allow your mind to win over your body more times than not, because it's always that war between the mind and the body, right? It's always, every decision you make is going to come down to what your mind wants versus what your body wants, and your body's a lot lazier than your mind. Your body's a lot less, imaginative and just not as motivated at all. Just it doesn't want the same things your mind wants. Your body wants short-term gratification, and it wants it right now. So to be disciplined is to allow your mind to win the decision making over your body the majority of the time. That's really what discipline comes down to. Even if it's 51% of the time versus your body's 49% of the time, you're said to be at the very least somewhat disciplined. Versus most people. Most people allow their bodies to dictate their entire day, and if you're doing anything and everything in the daily basis that you feel like doing and want to do, by definition you're not a disciplined person. So yes, I understand when you talk about discipline as being a struggle, especially in the beginning when you still don't have the tools available for you to beat your body all the time, like to have your mind win that war as often as it needs to actually get the results that you're looking for. Very difficult. It's very hard to tell yourself not to eat, or not to eat at a certain time or a certain quantity. It's very hard to not want to go to sleep at certain times. It's very hard to not want to, just allow your body take its place and just be as comfortable and as convenient as possible, even though what it takes to become disciplined is to do the exact opposite, So I understand it when you mean struggle. Hey, what's going on, Porfilo? Here to learn. Awesome. TikTok is soft. They filter my comments size. You gotta write it a different way. Yeah, TikTok is soft, but at the same time, it's like it is a bit of a challenge for you to figure out how to say things in a way, like how to communicate in a way that TikTok won't censor you, I personally found a loophole recently, which is very interesting, and I'm exploiting it indefinitely. By the way, do you keep teasing a girl forever, or do you relax at some point and increase tension more with behavioral cues? Teasing is always going to be a part of relationships. It's how you should talk naturally. When you have that particular type ability, teasing is a part of your nature. You tease everybody. I didn't just tease my girl. I tease the fucking cashier at the store sometimes if they're taking too long. I'll tease, it's bursting people's balls and just risking offending people is part of my daily life, because that's how I just am. So yeah, and that's what makes you interesting. That's what makes you seem confident and charismatic and all those things. So it's not it's not a very hard or complex thing. It's just a part of you. As for doing things to increase tension on purpose, the longer you are in a relationship, the harder it gets. So definitely you have to supplement with behavioral cues and competition anxiety. But for the most part, teasing is just a part of life, Been improving my mouthpiece by talking to girls that are racist to make them giggle, apply pressure, make them laugh. That's a funny and interesting way to go about it, but you're going to learn a lot. You're actually going to have a very amazing set of skills if that's the kind of girls you're going for, believe it or not. How you doing, Nisat? What's going on, baby? Well, go on, Will Docs. With the Locks. I'm gonna just call you Locks. What's going on, Locks? Pulling away, going out with other girls, etc. Yeah, all those behavioral cues, as the relationship goes, the longer it gets, the more comfortable women tend to be, the longer the relationship is, because the more tenor they have. So yeah, definitely have to supplement here and there. Only to improve my talking. Yeah, that's what's up. What's going on, Nato? It will definitely be more easy, and I'll get what I want at first, but you'll begin to see problems in the back end. But wait for it. I'm using my breath as an anchor and not just focusing on one point, trying at chaotic times. Okay, using your breath, and you're just kind of allowing your eyes to be open without necessarily looking or seeing anything. That's fair. That's not a bad way to do it. Again, like I keep telling you guys, the method itself is irrelevant. The method you use is not as important as the destination, right? So that ultimate mental clarity, that ability to, fix your thoughts fix your focus on one thought, that's the ultimate goal. However you choose to try to get there, it's up to you. And if you see something, don't say shit. Started having arguments about boundaries, talked about them in the process. I showed some signs of neediness, anger, controlling, but I didn't leave it at that. It was all good until she ignored my calls for 4 days. When I called her again, she said she was mad because I didn't call her more than once and text her on WhatsApp. Okay, interesting. This is getting more intricate. So that's why she ignored you? Is that her reasoning? So you called once each time. In her mind, you should have blown up her phone. That's where you go, oh no, that's not the kind of guy I am. I don't know what you think this is. If you need a guy that blows up your phone, go find someone else. That's just not me. And then have her make the decision of whether she wants to leave or stay. Oh, by the way, that siren girl is usually an 8 or 9, but she's not totally comfortable with me talking to other girls. They never are, but that's who you are, so run with it. What mindset should I adopt to change my body language into the body language of an attractive guy? I always say the best way to change body language is to change your exercise regimen. If you work out at the gym, if you have a dojo you go to, or some kind of martial arts you're practicing, even if you're doing it at home, you will naturally grow the muscles that will force you to move in ways that appear confident and calm. Right? I keep telling people I don't move as confidently as I do because I practiced it. I just do a lot of fucking exercises in jiu-jitsu. So I'm usually in pain a lot of the time. And a lot of my movement is based on the pain I feel. She's laughing. It's just pain. Like, oh, your legs are spread apart. Yes, because if I keep them close together, my hips are in flexion, and it just feels like I'm giving someone a triangle, and that hurts because I practice that a lot. If I don't keep my legs straight, like over 50 or 60% of the time, my thighs will cramp because I do a lot of squats, I do a lot of triangles, I do a lot of hip controls and scissor kicks, and my thighs get the worst of it when I squat, right? So it's a lot of my movement is based on just avoiding pain. Real talk. So go and exercise something, go and practice something. That's like the first bit of advice I'll give you. Plus, whenever you do those things, you will naturally have the confidence to carry yourself correctly because you know you can handle yourself in public, especially martial arts. And you know how to defend yourself, you'll move correctly naturally because you can handle yourself. But then if you want like a mindset thing, then ultimately it just comes down to seeing yourself as someone. Am I? Let me know. Ultimately it just comes down to seeing yourself as someone that is deserving of the best in life. Like the real difference on a psychological level between an attractive guy and an unattractive guy is greed. Honestly, it's a level of greed. It's in their minds being deserving of more. That's really it, So run with that. Let's see. Okay, my bad. I scrolled away from that. There we go. I think I've already read that. In her mind, there's just monogamy, or so how can I tell her that I like her while I like other girls too? Everything about you should scream there's other girls in your life anyway, from the jump. I can always tell you guys, like, that shouldn't even be something that's a matter of a question. Everything about you should always scream, I am an attractive guy. Like, duh, of course I have other girls in my life. So if you're reaching that point of contention, then you're doing something wrong. I have developed myself and leveled up so many times, got abs on businesses, etc., but backfired, made my girl insecure. She says she's not good enough for me. Oh, you got yourself a low self-esteem, girl. What are you going to say? Like, it is what it is. Like, if she's laughing, right? Like, it is what it is. Your girl doesn't believe she can be with the baller. Sorry, go get you a better one. Go get you a better one. How many times am I going to tell you guys? A girl with a low self-esteem can't survive with you if you are an ambitious person. Especially if you're ambitious. It's just not gonna work. So you got to get you a girl that can survive with that. That honestly, you want a girl that has bigger dreams than you. Sometimes you want a girl that can actually see herself in that better situation. That can actually, like, she's nodding profusely in the back. She, exactly. Like she wants to see herself in those massive mansions and the private jets and all that. When she has that dream too, it's easy for her to click with you, and then she's not surprised by all the things that come with you being the way you are. Does that make sense? Babe, aren't I crazy?
Yeah.
See? She loves it. She loves my crazy. Other people will be like, oh my God. On a scale of 1 to 10, how crazy are we? 734. Great answer. We're crazy. Exactly. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of girl you need. Is a girl that just is okay with, oh, he's a crazy motherfucker. Cool. I like this. It is what it is, you know? Let's see. Back end problems, how? Like, I think that by doing this, I'm already dealing with the back end problems. I mean, I know they don't like black guys at all. So, first of all, that's a limiting belief. Everyone loves black guys. That's the truth. Everyone just pretends like they don't. And by the way, believe that for all races. It's not just, I'm not saying it because I'm a black guy. You'd be surprised how many weird niches of women out there love Indian men. You know, love Asian men, specifically like Chinese men or Japanese men, love Middle Eastern men. There's no real, these men are hated or these particular group of women are racist. All those women are just, you know, they're conditioned to believe those things. Out of ignorance, they believe those things. They have an actual one-on-one experience. Like, I don't even know if I should be saying this here, but you won't believe how many girls I've dated that would have never seen themselves as a black guy. But then I showed up and it's like, oh no, I'm in trouble. You know what I mean? So it's not, at the end of the day, attraction isn't a choice. It's not really something they can decide. It's not something that they have 100% autonomy and control over. When you're attractive, you're fucking attractive. And I'm not just talking about looks either. I'm talking about behavioral cues and the way you respond and the way you behave around them and the way you think and the way you see the world and the way your ability to communicate the way you see the world to them. It's all important. So, yeah, when you have all that down, you realize very quickly the concept of race isn't as strong a barrier as people think it is in dating. It just isn't. It's not. Came here as a Nigerian kid. I only had been with a Nigerian girl up to that point. And in my mind, I was like doing what every other immigrant that comes here to do does. And is like, oh, I'm just going to date within my community, just get a Nigerian girl. And then very quickly, because thank God I at least had some game before I came here, it was like, oh, I don't have to abide by those rules. This is just man-made rules. There's no rule out there that's written in stone that says you must date within your race or you must, you know, see other women as racist against you or any dumb shit like that. Trust me. Attraction is not a choice. Okay? Keep that in mind. Let's see. What does it mean when a girl name drops celebrities? Any name dropping they do is really just an indication of their value. They think it's a big deal. That's why they're doing it. Like, in their mind and in their world, that's what matters, is having access to a celebrity or, you know, being within the vicinity of someone that's actually worked their ass off to be famous. Riding off the coattails of someone else's hard work, as I like to call it. That's what name dropping is in most cases. But by the way, just to give you my own little spiel on how name dropping works, it's not name dropping if you have your own name too, right? That's the rule to it. It's only name dropping if if you're a fucking leech. But anyway, they do that because that's what matters to them, and to some degree, every girl does it. They just do it for different genres. Does that make sense? Like, some girls do it with celebrities and hip hop stars or with actors. I know girls, like the first name droppers I ever met in my life, if I can think back far enough, are church girls. Church girls would name drop pastors all the fucking time. Because again, in their world, that was the status symbol. So on the subconscious level, they feel like, okay, I can earn more status in these people's eyes by letting them know my proximity to so and so, right? So it's just, that's all it means. They just want you to think they're cool. Let's see. She's withdrawn from the relationship. Yeah, that makes sense. Talking about the insecure girl. Yeah, that makes sense. Go get you a secure girl, man. Go get you a secure girl. The work of making a girl insecure, or making an insecure girl more secure is a lot of work, man. it takes a lot more reassurance than most people are willing to put in. Like, I don't think most people understand how much reassurance actually goes into making a woman feel safe when she already doesn't think she deserves a relationship. Like, don't get it twisted. With every girl, there's some level of reassurance, obviously. But with the ones that already believe that you can do better or that don't see their value or anything like that, like, ugh. It's a lot of fucking work. You don't want to do that. Trust me. Trust me, daddy. You don't want to do that. Let's see. I mean, I know they don't... Oh, I already read that one. Let's see. If I want a lean build and I'm a bit overweight right now, should I cut first? You should starve yourself, honestly. You should starve the fuck out yourself. I always tell people, extreme problems require extreme solutions, man. You're overweight because you went into an extreme caloric surplus. That's why you're overweight. Ain't no fucking balanced diet and fuck that. You know what I would do if I were you? I would do, babe, when I was feeling fat a few months ago, what'd I do? Which I'm technically still doing, really. What was I doing?
Fast every day still.
Fast every day still. Till this day, I still do that. I still haven't eaten today.
You started and you just never stopped.
I just never stopped. Right. So I was like, I looked in the mirror and I was like, I only count 4 abs. Where's my other 2? What the fuck? And, she was like, babe, you look hot in it. No, I know my standard. When you have a standard as a man, you know how to keep it. And it's like, I became a fat ass. I was sending her pictures. I'm like, babe, why would you let this happen to me?
You have 8 abs now.
I have 8 abs. See? First-hand account, right?
I've seen it.
It's 8. It's just 6, guys. She's just making me look good.
No, I've seen them.
The other 2 aren't showing like that, though. They're still like, a little bit of...
Oh, no, you're wrong, but okay.
But yeah, I saw the love handle was getting a little round. I was looking like a kid in the kiddie pool with the fucking floaters. I'm like, fuck that. So I worked out twice a day. Again, she was actually following me. She was trying to keep up with me, which I still commend you for. Well done, baby.
Sometimes I did.
Sometimes, for real. Twice a day I was working out. Pretty much did not eat anything till like 8, 9 o'clock. Most days. Some days I would break by like 7:30, 7. But most days, 8, 9 o'clock, I was not eating shit. And then when we did eat, what were we eating? Salads, salmon. It was veggies and protein.
We were eating at like 11.
Sometimes, like those are the bad nights though, where we like wait till like midnight. So yeah, those are not always the best. But yeah, for real, like if I can do that, and I'm not the biggest guy. Like when I'm talking about I'm fat, I was like, what was I, 210, something like that. I was just like, oh no, I'm a little chubby. But if I was 300, if I'm pushing 300, bro, I'm not even eating anything at all. Straight up, I'm not eating shit. Like, it's nothing but water and Celtic salt. Straight up. And I'm not gonna stop that until I see myself drop. Like, not just on the scale. Like, the scale is cool, but if I can't look in the mirror and see my own 6-pack, I'm not stopping. Fuck that. Because again, it took an extreme amount of caloric surplus to get to that point. It's going to take an extreme amount of caloric deficit to move down. I hate when people go like, oh, you're a big dude. You should, eat a balanced diet so you can lose the weight consistently and then never put it back on. Fuck that. Here's what you should do. Lose the weight by any means necessary. Like really kill yourself to do it. And then reintroduce yourself to healthy eating habits. But you went extreme the other way to fuck yourself up. You have to go extreme the other way to overcorrect. Sorry. Over fucking correct. Then you can be like, okay, now let's do the balanced diet thing. Okay, maybe come off carnivore for a bit and have some fucking veggies in there, maybe a slice of bread, nice toast with some peanut butter on it, right? Reintroduce yourself to the other food groups again. But if you're that big, motherfucker, man, if you're not starving yourself or don't turn vegetarian for 2 months or you don't fucking go on the carnivore or keto or something, like you don't completely cut off sugar from your life or fast like a madman, you're wasting your time. Wasting your time. And working out. Like, again, babe, was I having rest days when I was working out twice a day? None. Again, I wouldn't even advise other people to do that, but when you're as crazy as me, that's what the fuck you're willing to do. You know what I'm saying? Just figure it out. Let's see. I keep it cool, make them giggle, make fun of how they drink water. Make fun of how they drink water is so funny, because that's exactly something I would do. I know once they see the... I don't know what that means. I'm I'm often calm all the time. Showing aggression doesn't always need you to raise your voice, right? Not necessarily. In some cases, sure, but not necessarily all the time, though. Nah, where the bun? Right here. It's the bun. Have you watched Fight Club? Yes, I have. And I still say people watch that movie incorrectly. People watch that movie incorrectly because the main message of that movie is, how far someone can take the us versus them mentality. That's the real message of the movie. But it's overshadowed by, the the message of I'm trying to be the better version of myself, right? The lean into pain and discipline message. I'm not saying that's a bad message. It's the best message in that movie, honestly. But the underlying message is you can use that to the point where you create like the next Nazi Germany. You know what I mean? Well, how did Patrice O'Neal say it? I love the way he said it. It was kind of condescending, but I love the way he said it. Oh, thanks for the gift, guys. He said Fight Club is the white man's I'm trying to be a better man movie. That's how he described it. Like, when white dudes are like, how do I imagine myself to be a better version of myself? That's what the movie Fight Club is for them. Black guys have that movie too. It's called Black Panther. But yeah, that's what that movie is. It's a I hope and wish for the days where I have the balls to be the man I actually want to be, to look the way I want to look, to act the way I want to act, to fuck the way I want to fuck. Right? So no, my connection is all good over here, honestly. Yo, what's going on, Castove? Woman is everything in your life. No, not even a little bit, but it's a big part of my life's work for sure. I know it's weird to a lot of people, but this is what I'm very fucking good at. So absolutely. And I've been able to do a lot of amazing things with it, meet amazing people, monetize it, all that good stuff. It's really good. How do you react when another guy is trying to chike your girl? What does chike mean? Chike your girl, where are you with her? But you just left her a bit. So I'm guessing chike means like steal your girl. Is that what you mean? I always say the best way to deal with that situation is to lean into it. Right? For the most part, is to lean into it. If it's a guy that's dealing with her and doesn't know you exist, or a guy that's dealing with her and he didn't see you at first, it's easy to forgive that. He doesn't know. Most guys don't mean to be disrespectful. So when you show up, just be like, oh, babe, who's this? Who's your new friend? He's going to introduce himself and you'll be like, oh, okay. What's he trying to do? You trying to get your number? Man, give him your number. Don't be rude. Treat it like that, right? Like literally treat it like that. That's how you want to, deal with it, because that completely takes away his power and all that. And it reminds your girl why she's with you. You're the cooler guy, obviously. But if it's a guy that you know personally somehow and he knows that is your girl and he's still trying for it, and, well, first of all, make sure your girl isn't giving him any signals, right? Make sure she's not out here sending codes and scripts and shit. She's literally throwing 1-2s.
That's the answer.
That's the answer. She says is go beat the motherfucker up. And she might be right. Okay, maybe don't beat him up, but, he's being disrespectful, though, so handle that, Let's see. Or can you just tease him? It's only a big deal if you make it a big deal. Exactly. If he shows aggression, show aggression back type shit. It's just where the small town I live in and the nearby areas are also small. The culture is anti-black. Oh, I see. Cool. But yeah, do your thing, man. If anything, you're a novelty over there. That's all you are. Do with that information what you must. Dr. Umar says otherwise. Man, if you live your life by Dr. Umar, fucking Dr. Umar. Shout out to him though. He's entertaining. But you said I will face back end problems like what? If you're dealing with a bunch of girls that are raised to be, discriminatory against your kind, then there's definitely a system in place to protect them from you. That's the back end problem. It never comes from the girls. It comes from the men in her life if they are racist. That's the back end problems. If you're willing to deal with that or you have a plan to deal with that systematically, that's cool. May I ask why in America people get offended saying black to a black person? They don't get offended. They just get scared. I mean, I guess that's what you meant. You probably use the wrong word, but they're scared to do it. They're scared to do it because, well, for the most part, how do I say this? In a way that makes sense to someone that isn't American. Okay, I'm gonna put it like this. Basically, black people in America are known as the volatile group. That's really what it comes down to. Everyone treats black people in America like the kid in the corner you shouldn't like mess with, like you shouldn't fuck with, because they might just fucking explode on you. And saying black the wrong way is part of the trigger. So it's better safe than sorry for most people. What is name dropping? A groupie, basically. Yeah, groupies do it, but honestly, it's not just groupies. You know what I mean? Like, people think, oh, if she name drops a celebrity, like a hip hop artist or an actor, she's a groupie. But what about the girls that name drop pastors, right? Or the girls that work a specific type of job in a specific type of industry that name drop the supervisors or managers or CEOs? It's the same thing. It's not necessarily different. People see it as different. Like, it's the same thing. It's just different fonts. You know what I mean? Are church girls really the most vulnerable to seduction, as in even a guy with little game can? Church girls, in my experience, I mean, it depends on the level of church girl. I think most church girls are church girls because they feel like they have to be, and it's easy to break them. There are some church girls, like the real church girls, that really are in love with Christ. And that's not a bad thing. I am too. But they're to the point where they really do see Jesus as their boyfriend. So in order to get those girls, you have to compete with Jesus. And newsflash, you're not going to win. Yeah. Ain't nobody out competing Jesus. That man can walk on water. You can't. All right. So if those are real things, by the way. This is especially women. Usually these women are above the age of 27, right? They get older. They start dwindling in terms of like the quality of options that they have. I mean, women don't ever really lose options in terms of quantity, but quality, sure. And it becomes like a thing of, okay, what do I do to make myself feel safe at night? And hey, Jesus take the wheel, right? Jesus take the wheel, which I always thought was a very funny thing, because that's not how Jesus isn't gonna come and take your fucking wheel. Like, that's not how he works. That's not how God intervenes. But they need that to be the case. They need the idea of someone that constantly envelops them in goodness and kindness and love all the time, because it makes them feel safer. And so if they're having a relationship like that, essentially a parasocial relationship with Jesus Christ, and you try to come in and you're like, hey, let me be the guy, she's going to be like, you can't, what can you do for me? You can't walk on water. You can't come back from the dead in 3 days, right? You can't heal the blind, raise the dead, heal the sick. You're not shit. All you can do at the most is like physically throw your body in front of danger for me and maybe give me some emotional sustenance. But even Jesus can do that better. His word is all encompassing. So good luck with that. Oh, and by the way, speaking of groupies, that right there is an example. Like that right there, those church girls that are all about Jesus as their boyfriend, dude, that's right there. They're name dropping Jesus. It's just y'all don't register that as name dropping, but it fucking is. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. You feel me? Let's see. A fresh cut. Thank you. Oh, by the way, why is imprinting back end stuff? Is it because you only get the leverage for that in the back end? Pretty much. That's essentially how it is. Like, you don't really start or can start imprinting a girl until you're in the back end of things. Everything up to that point, you're still competing with every other guy that's gotten to that point. Like, imprinting starts happening when you start getting to the places, the in-depth places in her mind, psychologically and emotionally, that other guys haven't touched. That's when the imprinting really starts. So, up until that point, you're just playing the same, the save game of the last guy. You feel me? If at all there is a last guy. That's how it works. Do you know the green line test? Yes, I do. But it might have had merit before, but now that everyone knows it and is like cognizant of it, I wouldn't pay much attention to it anymore. Hey, Jason, just finished hanging out with my girl. I was being raped because I was doing foreplay. Yeah, that sounds about right. First said he was getting raped. Yeah, that makes sense. How's your book going? Pretty good. When you're in a situation where you're scared, uncertain, anxious, okay, how do you determine if the appropriate action is coming from a place of courage or cowardice, or is it something we know deep inside? Well, when you're in that moment, it's hard to discern. But the way you know is how you feel about it afterwards. That's like the best way to know. In the moment, it's just going to feel like the most resistance. Whatever it is that you have to do, that you have the most pushback from yourself for, that would usually be the one that requires the most courage. Cowardice is easy. Cowardice is, just, bend and do it and relieve yourself of the anxiety. Whatever action that leads you to relieving yourself of anxiety is usually the pussy action. That's the coward action, right? The one that even makes you feel more anxiety, that's, that's funny. That's that's the tougher one. Mwah. I like that method indeed. What's going on, Zay? How do you determine if the appropriate action? Oh, I didn't write that one. Let's see. Butcher is about to go crazy season 5. Well, shit, when we get it. How long do we have to wait for season 5? Like a year? 2 years? Ugh, God, I'm already impatient. I want it now. See, this is the problem with streaming services. They spoil you. Remember back in the day when we had to legitimately wait a week for the next episode? Now we can just binge watch shit. Crazy. But yeah, we'll see how crazy he goes. He might become as big a villain as Homeland. Maybe not as big a villain, but he's definitely gonna be a problem, man. He's clearly gonna have like some kind of weird authoritarian rule over the boys. Well, the boys are scattered now anyway, so it's all fudged. It's all fudged to hell. Good luck to the boys. Sup, Pookie? How you doing? Great to see you up and active. Indeed. God is good. How does God intervene, Jace? Honestly, through the use of people. Through the use of his spirit possessing. Because you got to think about this reality, this physical reality, as literally a video game. And God set it up that way. And the best way to interact with the video game is to have an avatar. Right? So God works in mysterious ways, but it's not really mysterious. It's just we're too lazy in human comprehension to understand all the different, like, the nitty-gritty details of it all. In reality, it's very simple how he works. It's people, plans, events. That's how it works. Just shifting a few things here and there. And again, not too much. He never, like the days of God being like, I'm going to do this one giant miracle, gone. And if you read the Bible enough, you know why. Although jackfruit is crazy. My Igbo sensei, I have failed to entice the snow bunnies. The harvest is failed. Please show me the way to secure Dr. Umar's disapproval. First of all, snow bunnies forever. That's funny. But yeah. I mean, it's just girls, man. It doesn't really matter what color they are. It's all women are looking for the same thing: safety, security, and power. So demonstrate power, and you should be fine. If you need to make some cultural adjustments, please keep in mind that most the snow bunnies I like anyway. By the way, it feels weird calling them snow bunnies. The white girls I like. I like the bougie ones. I like the high class, high society ones, the really bougie bitches. Those ones spook really easy. Alright, so if you want those type of white girls, you probably have to make an adjustment in your level of initial aggression. Don't get it twisted, they love aggression, but they love you to also have that initial social calibration to ease them into the aggression you have. So, do with that information what you must. Let's see. Don't use Trump as an example, please. To show how God intervenes. I already talked about that. Sammy came a whole hour later talking about first. I like the enthusiasm, though. I like the delusion. Well done. Sensei, we need to see the continuation of the attention series, please. Yes, you did. I remembered what happened, by the way, to the one in the draft. I actually deleted it. I didn't like the way it came out. It was kind of weird. So I gotta reshoot it. That's really what has to happen. I will reshoot that, and I will get that to you guys as soon as possible. Okay. What girls were we talking about? Bougie white girls. Bougie white girls. Jace, I have developed a level of discipline to the point I've reached hypnotic rhythm. When training in the gym, how would I transfer the skill to other areas of my life? Have you really reached that level in the gym? Have you really dialed in? Like really, you're doing everything correctly. Like you're tracking your macros, you're weighing your food, you're making sure that you're only eating this certain type of foods and not these other type of foods. Because it's not hard to get to the point where you're just eating, sleeping decently enough, hitting the gym decently enough. It's really not hard. If you're doing it consistently, that's cool. But because the consistency is more important than the intensity, right? The consistency is where you get that compounding interest over time. But for the most part, I gotta know a little more before I can say you're completely in hypnotic rhythm. So standing up to someone versus apologizing, standing up to them would be the harder option, so the right option. No, it's not that simple. It depends. It really depends. Depending on the situation, especially for those of you, I really should say, so those of us that have a bigger egos and pride, it might be harder to just apologize. That might be the harder thing. You know what I mean? Like that might be the harder thing for you. The apology might be the harder thing versus just go to war. So it really depends on you. It really depends on where your own sensitivities lie and where you feel the most anxiety. It's never just this action over this action. It's which one do you genuinely feel more resistance around. That's how you should measure it. Okay? Let's see. How long have I been live? How long have I been live? I want to say 30 minutes, maybe? I'm probably off on that. Jace, what would break you? God. God would break me. Obviously, like, he is the maker of me. He's the breaker of me. God would definitely break me. If you're talking about things in life, what would break me? I mean, there's a lot. I mean, I have a really high threshold for pain in terms of all kinds of pain, really. And it's a lot higher than the average person. It's like a lot higher. But I'm sure I have a limit. I mean, I haven't found it quite yet, but I have it. I'm pretty sure I do. I'm human. Are there temptations too great for me? Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, I haven't quite seen those yet, but I'm sure they exist. Yeah, but in all seriousness, we all have our limits. There's something that'll break all of us, and it's going to be specially tailored to us. I like to use the story of Jesus Christ in the wilderness. Remember when he got baptized by his cousin John the Baptist? He runs into the wilderness. He fasts for 40 days and 40 nights. At the end of the fasting, the devil comes and tempts him 3 times. But I'm always very fascinated whenever I reread that story, and trust me, I do read that story a lot. I'm fascinated by the way the devil tempts him. The devil tempts him 3 times, and the first thing he tempts him with is food. Which makes sense, right? Like the guy has been fasting for 40 days and 40 nights. I'm sure he'd want a bite to eat. So he comes to Jesus and goes, hey, check it. You're the Son of God, right? Why don't you take that stone over there, the one by your feet, turn it into bread and eat it since you're so hungry? I find, even the wording of that is so interesting. Why did the devil tempt him like that? Because he didn't just say, oh, break your fast, you're hungry. He said, turn that stone into bread. He's challenging his authority as the Son of God. So it's ego. It's not just the temptation of actual food. It's you're the Son of God, right? Like a sarcastic, oh, look at him, the Son of God. Come do a miracle. Turn that stone into bread. And honestly, all the other ones look like that too. The other temptation is he takes him to the top of the earth. He makes him see all the riches of the earth. And he's look at this, all these riches, all these kingdoms. I have access to all of them. I'll give them all to you if you bow down to me. So he tempts Jesus with essentially unlimited power. That's what those riches represent, right? And then the next temptation, the last one, is takes him to the top of a cliff and he goes, you said you're the Son of God, right? Why don't you throw yourself off the cliff and have your ministering angels catch you before your feet lands on the ground, before you fall to your death, right? All those temptations are really the same temptation, but in different forms. It's ego. So that leads me to believe, and a lot of Christians won't agree with me when I say this. That leads me to believe that Jesus, at least before that point, definitely had an ego issue. He had an ego issue. Why else would the devil tempt him with that? Like, the devil didn't come and be like, "Oh, Jesus, you said you said you love your mom, right? Or you said you're the son of God, right? Why don't you kill your mom and raise her back up?" Why wasn't the temptation like that? Why didn't it look like that? Why was it riches, food, and godliness? Like, "Oh, you're the son of God, right?" Why was it that? It's because that's what Jesus, like, to him was probably the issue, and that's why God allowed the devil to tempt him, because God needed for those things to be uprooted from him before he began his ministry officially. There's a reason Jesus was born and waited 30 whole years before he actually began his ministry officially, right? So you got to think about it like that. We all have our limits. We all have our breaking points. But even the Son of God had his own. You feel me? It's all part of it. It's all part of our test. What about Muslim girls be the same as church girls? Same thing. Would they be the same as church girls? Yeah, same thing. The religion and the practice of the religion doesn't really matter. They all treat it the same. Will you respond to Christian's video? I think I already did. So, show some level of loyalty, or it's just a facade. Oh, my bad. The girl I'm dealing with told me her friend is trying to hook her up with a guy. Does that show some level of loyalty, or is it just a facade? The girl you're dealing with told you her friend is trying to hook her up with a guy? I don't even understand the question you asked after that. Like, what do you mean by show some level of loyalty? I don't even know how that, how that comes in there. The point is, her friend, even she's like, what the fuck? Like, the point is, her friend clearly doesn't have fucking respect. Okay, let's ask you. If your friend was like, let me hook you up with another guy.
The purpose of her telling him is just to make him jealous.
You think so?
Yeah.
Alright, so
in a sense, it does kind of show some, I would say, a little bit of loyalty, because that's kind of her way of trying to...
that's her way of, like, demonstrating, I have options, but I'm choosing you, type shit?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Or it could go the other way, too.
I'm always going to think worst case scenario. So, like, why? Okay, let me put it like this. If her friend, because I'm leaning more towards you, though. If her friend really was trying to replace him for her, she wouldn't tell him. She would just do it. It would be a secret underground deal.
If she really wanted the replacement,
she wouldn't tell him, right? So the fact that she's telling him, I'm leaning more towards you. I think she's just trying to make him jealous, maybe, but also
that she has options.
I have options, but again, what did I say about that?
It's just a thing girls do. I don't know, we're dumb.
You're hot. I already know you have options. Duh. Like I will never understand that shit. But inside thing we talk about, whatever. Like, what the fuck? Why do girls like, oh, I'm gonna make you jealous, bitch? I know you got options. You're pretty. You got giant titties. Like, duh. Like, ugh, whatever.
It's
Anyway.
Because they're trying to convince themselves too that they have options.
Which again, also stupid. Like, whatever, man. Girls just doing whatever. Girls. Anyway, when oh, this is a good question. Check this out. When you're blowing her back out. Don't choke on your chocolate. When you're blowing her back out, how long should it be so you don't overdo it? Keep it exciting. Wow.
No, just let her have back pain.
Now you're putting business out there. 3 minutes is all you need, my man. A solid 180 seconds, my boy. That's all the fucking...
You abide by that, don't you? No.
3 solid... Listen, you don't worry about the time. Worry about the impact. That's all that really matters. And she knows.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the time. It's the impact that matters. You feel me?
Best 60 seconds of your life.
Best 60 seconds... Greatest 5 seconds. Y'all ain't got game till you can make a girl come 20 times in 5 seconds. You don't got no fucking game. No fucking...
20 times.
Nah, that's crazy though. I feel like isn't there like a condition? There's a chick out there with a condition like
Yeah, I
that.
think I was telling you about that. The girl, well, no, she like has like 100 orgasms a day.
Ah, poor girl.
Just poor what?
To have it that many times, it's not a novelty.
I guess it would. Yeah, I would say. I guess
you know what I mean?
It's sparked a little
It's
bit.
Terrible. And there's no build up. It's just
It's
happening.
just happening. Yeah.
Ugh, fuck that. That
Honestly,
sounds
so
terrible.
intimidating for any
That
guy
sounds
she would
terrible. Some people that think that's a good idea are people that are like virgins that have no idea how sex works. But you know, poor girl. Shout out to her. Let's pray for her. Anyway, ask your girl about Hannibal Lecter. Babe, what the fuck is Hannibal Lecter?
Silence of the Lambs. Have you not seen that movie?
I've heard of it, never seen it.
Oh my God,
What's it about?
That's a classic.
What's it about? Oh, it's an oldie
It's
timey
about
one?
Hannibal Lecter. He's a cannibal and he eats people. And
Is it the one dude that plays a villain in James Bond at one point
I don't
later?
know. There's a whole show.
He has like
I
a
would
brown
say-
hair, really expressionless face in the movie, and he's going around killing people like Dexter and eating them.
He has a really weird face. He looks like, okay, if you took like Stewie
I gotta
from
figure this
Family
out.
Guy, you took Stewie from Family Guy, but he was an adult. That's what the guy who plays Hannibal Lecter.
Jesus, so he got a football head?
The biggest football head you've ever seen.
Holy
Look
shit.
up Hannibal Lecter and you'll see it.
Let's figure out what the fuck Hannibal Lecter is. Oh, damn.
Football.
Yeah, that's... Holy shit.
Right? I kind of hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, well done. Fuck.
Hit the nail on the head.
No. It's funny. Yeah, Tim. Oh, what's going on, Kay? How you doing, baby? What's going on, baby? So yeah, I guess we'll find time to watch Hannibal. Bro, we haven't even started Love Island.
Damn it.
We'll figure that out, man. I'm busy these days. Some of my friends are really lost when it comes to girls, and they don't take advice from me. Did you ever have unteachable students? All the time. As far as I'm concerned, 90% of the world is unteachable people. That's how it works. Like, it's so weird, right? When it comes to dating, and this is how it works, right? When it comes to dating, this is the one area of life where men especially have a massive ego. First of all, every man already believes they can do these three things. You know, get the girl, make money, win the fight. Every man on some level believes they can do all three of these things. Maybe not at the highest level, but every man would like to believe they can. Here's the truth. Most men can't. If you were to ask most men for evidence of the ability to do any of these things, they fucking can't. But getting them to admit they can't and then learn from someone that can, difficult. Because you're not just asking them to learn from you. You're asking them to unlearn everything they've learned before. Everything they've come to believe. Like, you really think motherfuckers is happy when I'm on the internet talking about how much you care for her doesn't matter as much in the relationship as you think it does? What really matters is the mutual sacrifice to make it work. Most men don't want to hear that shit. Hell, most women don't want to hear that. No one wants to be reminded that relationships on some level are transactional. No one wants to hear that. Even though that's how it fucking, like, the science is clear on it. You think scientist is in my name for no reason? Like, come on. Yeah, you're asking a lot from most men. Exactly, I am. It's a lot. So they're gonna fight back. They're gonna, make their fucking jokes and say this and say that. Whole time, I got bitches, they don't. You see how that works? It's the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing. It's like motherfuckers talk about, I saw a video about Grant Cardone. Like, Grant Cardone is a scammer. Listen, I'm not saying he's a good person, but he has more money than all of us. You don't think we can learn something at all? Anything? I'm not saying, again, all his advice is good or it's straight or everyone should use it, but come on. He's clearly doing something that you don't know. And just having the humility to be like, okay, let me learn. Let me see what the fuck is going on here. At least let me try it. You know what I mean? Most men don't have that. And it is what it is. It is what it is. You're going to have to let them suffer. And by the way, that's how you treat unteachable students. Let them suffer. Everyone that's ever disagreed with me, and I'm not even trying to, I'm going to say almost everyone. And I'm going to say almost everyone to sound humble and to not generalize. But it really is everyone. But I'm going to say almost everyone. Almost everyone that has publicly disagreed with me has ended up regretting it. You want to know why? Because I end up being right. Because I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I can look at someone and be like, this is your problem, this is what you're doing, this is what you're doing wrong. Fix this, do this, do that. Sure, you might not like me saying it. You might not like it's even coming from me, because Lord knows no one, as much as people hate the message, they might even hate the messenger more. That's cool. But does this stop me from being any less right? No. If your doctor says, you got 6 months to live, you got terminal cancer, you don't get to act surprised 5.5 months later when you're in your deathbed. You got a professional fucking opinion. Duh. But I get it. I understand. Sometimes you just gotta wait for them to get to their deathbed. Those friends of yours, and this is how it happens, by the way. Those same friends of yours that are like, oh, you're wrong, this is da-da-da, and I don't want to hear anything you have to say. When that girl finally destroys them and takes them for everything they are, and shows them firsthand how brutal and malicious a scorned woman can be, and really takes them through the ringer, now they're going to be more open to listen. Granted, they're also going to be more open to listen to bad advice. That's how you have these red pill nonsense going on, right? You have these guys that are so scorned, so hurt, so broken, they'll listen to anybody, and then they'll listen to motherfuckers that don't make sense. But honestly, sometimes you gotta let them drown a little bit. You don't, what they teach you in lifeguard training, you don't go and start trying to save someone while they're still splattering at the surface of the water trying to get help. You let them drown a little bit, let them drink 3-4 gulps. When they're not as quick to struggle anymore, then you pick them up. Because if you try to save them while they're still struggling, they're gonna drag you down with them. It is what it is. You gotta wait for them to be almost dead. That's how you do it. Let's see. I like this question. Me too. Have you seen Breaking Bad? Literally, maybe a few episodes of the first season. It's not that it's a bad show. It's just that for whatever reason in my life personally, whenever I try to start getting into it, something happens. I forget about it, lose interest, blah, blah. I just stop watching it. But it's a great fucking show, though. It's an amazing show. Watching a family man, a teacher, become a fucking drug lord is crazy. That's so impressive. All the tiny little nuance involved in his character development and all the different new skills and character attributes he has to take on to become the person he is, that's impressive. It's a very well written show. What does the unteachable student look like? Probably Christian. Yeah, I mean he's just a symptom of the general idea of it. That's just how it works. It's most men, honestly. It's not. I wouldn't even use him as a poster child. It's just most men. Most men are stubborn to listen, man. It is what it is. You gotta give them time. The market moves slowly. This is something we're all taught in, economics and marketing and stuff like that. But the market moves slowly. You gotta give them all time to drown. You gotta give them time to figure out that their way is just not working, and then they'll be more open to listen to yours. It just is what it is. You just gotta give them time. Let's see. I see your point, Pooks. Maybe not quite reached that stage yet. Fair enough. Do you have any book recommendations? I have a lot, actually. Go to YouTube, type in Jace the Pickup Scientist, read these books. Type those words. Jace the Pickup Scientist, read these books. You should see my video full of book recommendations. Just to give you a few. Spurn Moors by Robin Baker. I'll always recommend that. Way of the Superior Man, David Data. The Alabaster Girl, Zan Perion. The Mystery Method, Eric von Markovic. I'd also like you to read The Rational Male, Preventive Medicine, Rollo Tomasi. And then get you some self-help in there. Get you something like Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter, Curtis Jackson, aka 50 Cent. Read The 50th Law by Robert Greene and 50 Cent. Read, I feel like there's one I'm missing. Oh yeah, Relentless, Timothy S. Grover. Those are really good books to start with. You can also read if you want stuff on money specifically. I have 2 Bibles when it comes to money. There's really only 2 you need to read. The Richest Man in Babylon and The Science of Getting Rich. Walter D. Waddles. Go from there. AKA people just need to fail and fail badly. Yes. Just give them time. That's all. The difference between them being them and then turning into something closer to you is the failure they're inevitably going to run into. That's the beauty of life. That's why I love being me so much. This is going to sound so conceited, but I'm going to say it anyway. Aligning yourself to the truth, you can never lose or fail. It's just never going to happen. Because time will always fucking back me up. And I'm patient. Like that's another thing. I'm a dangerous motherfucker. Not because I can fight, defend myself. No. My real strength is my fucking patience. I will wait the decade to watch you fail, and then be like, ha! See? I'm petty like that. I will wait. And it actually honestly helps me in business too. Because let's be honest, how many of you here watching right now started out hating my fucking guts? Remember that? Remember those days? When you were like, Jason, fuck you, I hate you, and now look at you. A year, 2 years later, you now see things the way I do. It only took some time. And I was patient to fucking wait. Imagine I just went, fuck you guys, I'm out of here. And I quit everything. No more game. You see what I'm saying? So you be grateful I'm this patient. I love being this patient. It's great. I will wait it out. I will wait out the decade. Yeah, I'm going to watch you fail. And then I will be like, ha, ha. See? I mean, I'm going to say that for like 2 seconds. Then I'll be like, okay, fine. Have you finished being a fucking doofball? Okay, cool. Here, let me help you. Here's a thing that you rejected a decade ago that you should have gotten that you need now. Right? End of the day, I'm going to make fun of him for coming back, but I'm still going to help. End of the day, I'm a humanitarian. I can't help it. I need to help motherfuckers. I can't help it. It's what I was put on this earth to do. You feel me? Let's see. Looking fresh, Jace. Thank you. You hear that, babe? I'm looking fresh. Hell yeah. Yeah, he's hot, she says. Sensei, do you ever worry about how you're going to teach your daughter's game the archetype of the guy they'll attract according to their attractiveness? Not only am I not worried about that, I can't wait for that opportunity. Because motherfuckers really think like, oh, would you want your daughter to be with a guy like you? Nigga, who you think I want him to be with? Bob and Dylan from accounting? Those weak bitches? I want my daughters to be in the hands of men that are more capable than me. That is ideal. If you are... She's out here giving me the boyaka. Yeah. Like, that's what you want. That's what you fucking want. Like, why would you want your daughters in the hands of weak, incompetent men? I cannot believe the fucking son-in-laws these men have these days. You really look at that dude, and you're like, yes, I'm happy my daughter's in his arms. Fuck that. Ew. He's weak. Ugh. He's like, even if I die, she's gonna make sure that wouldn't happen. Isn't that right, babe? Like, are you kidding me? Hell no. So I can't wait to teach my girls these things. I cannot. And my girls, opportunistic little fuckers. I'm telling you, they will be. Because daddy will tell them the truth. Listen, you got from here 20 to like 25. That's it. Figure it out. You got this long. Figure it out. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not going to tell you nonsense. I'm probably not even going to use this accent. You have from 20 to 25. Your father is a Nigerian man. You have 20, 21, 22. If you don't have something in the bag, a massive solid option by 25, you're finished. You kidding me? Can't wait to tell them. Would your superpower and the boys be related to time? Oof. Probably time and space. Probably. Would it be related to time? I gotta really think about that one. Cause what?
You'd be like able to read people's minds.
I already do that.
I know, that's why I'm saying that would amplify.
I would amplify. Fair enough.
Maybe some telekinesis.
Telekinesis? I don't want to move things. I don't care about that.
Boring.
I don't give a fuck about moving things.
Yeah,
I couldn't care
just
less.
get up and go get them, huh?
I do want like a weird power like Sage though. That's cool. Like that weird overly. It's pretty much what I have now, but like to the fucking max. Like overly predictive type power. You know, where it's like you can see and calculate every aspect of the future, and then just pick the fucking route that you want.
But then doesn't that kind of take the excitement out of things?
You're so right. I would be bored out of
You would be so
because I wouldn't know what would happen. You're so right about that. It would probably just have to be some time related. But I don't want to start like going back and forth. I don't give a fuck about changing shit in history.
Because then if you can go
I don't
forward
care.
again, that takes the excitement out.
Yes, like
So
even
what's something that could keep your life excited? And you want something that will add excitement.
yes. So I'm thinking, honestly, I might just take something simple like invisibility, like that one guy from Supercell.
That would be probably the best.
For me, or just for you?
No, for me.
She wants invisibility. Bro said maybe time travel. Nah, I don't want time travel. I don't care about like Everything that's happened has gotten us to this point. Why would I want to change it? Listen.
That's like reading people's, I don't know if that's like a...
That also makes things boring though.
Yeah.
Eventually.
What the fuck?
But I don't want to change time. I don't care. Ooh, I'm gonna go back and stop.
I feel like you would want super
Mustache man. If we do that, we have no fucking smartphones. You realize that? You haven't connected the dots? I have. If you go back and take out Austrian Painter, we have no smartphones right now. A lot of the technological advancement we have is because of World War II. People haven't even put that together yet. Real talk. Be grateful to some degree. Maybe don't be happy about it, but you know how much shit we have because of World War II? This is the most important war of all time. Super speed is boring and dangerous. I can edit fast, but the computer won't be able to keep up. It'll set on fire from all the friction. Can't do that unless I can transfer my speed somehow. That'd be cool.
I want you to have super speed.
I know why you want me to have super speed. Get the hell out of here, you fiend! You can speed up the aging of things. Why would I want to throw the world out of balance like that? Because everything ages at the pace it does for a reason. If you slow down or speed up the age of anything, you kind of fuck up the ecosystem. Like, again, that's another thing that's problematic with me. I know too much of how things work and the delicate balance, so I know how much of power would fuck it up.
Time travel would be the worst.
Worse for me, because I would just live in perpetual guilt. Fuck that. I would just take something boring. Honestly, just give me super strength and speed, and maybe not speed. She said I already have that. Reality warping. You know what? Hold on.
Whoa.
Maybe not reality warping, but if I like Mind Storm and I can look in someone's eyes and just, or like Itachi, like look in their eyes and just fuck their brains up and make them see illusions. Yeah. Now we're talking. No, that might be closer to what I want. No. I want some explodey shit. I want lightning, bitch. I mean, you know, cliche as a black guy. That's another one I have to be really careful with. We'll figure it out. Game jutsu is crazy. Game jutsu. I have that already. Black noir. That has to be racially motivated. Nah. Black noir. Someone says nigga noir. That's crazy. Let's see. Sensei, do you ever worry about how you're going to teach your... Oh, I read that one. But yeah, my daughters are going to have men stronger than me. That's the ideal. That's the point. That's the plan. If your girl isn't understanding a problem you have in a relationship, should you worry about that? Raising your respect and be patient, or should I just punish by falling back? If she's not understanding, punishing that isn't going to solve the problem. Because then it's a communication issue. Either you're lacking in the communication skills you need to properly articulate what you need her to feel and understand, or you just got a dumb bitch. You know. So I like bougie chicks. Bougie chicks are intelligent. You have to be intelligent to be bougie. I've always said that for years. So yeah, either get you a smarter bitch or work on your communication. And remember, guys, the most important part of communication is the other side. You know, it's how the person you're trying to communicate with is receiving the information, not necessarily how you're giving it. How you're giving it should be influenced by how you want them to receive it. So you should be more concerned about their ears than your mouth. You feel me? Hey, what's going on, Biko? How you doing? How's it going, Kay? I missed you, man. This is about to be the best 30 seconds of your life, bitch. That's funny. Babe, remind me to say that later. Let's see. She's babe. Oh, I don't know how you're gonna take this, babe. Someone said you sound like Bobby Altoff.
Isn't that the bitch
That one.
famous people with zero personality?
That one. Yes.
Kick him off the line.
Kick him off the live. Mods, you heard her. Get Gambino out of here. Nah, I'm just messing. But nah, you don't sound like Bobby
I sound
Altoff.
like a sex phone operator.
You kind of do, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Because I gotta fight these niggas. Well, anyway. Unc needs to squint in order to see the screen. Gets like that. For real, man. I gotta squint. In Nigeria, we say last na chinko, which is low-key racial motivated, but you know. I'm about to hit the club still. Ooh, it is Saturday night. Hell yeah, do your thing. Hit the clit. We're actually going out later too, so you know. Hit the clit. You know, you know how that goes. Yeah, you're asking a lot from most men. I remember when we were talking about that. At least I came across your page at a young age. Not much to unlearn here. Much appreciation, Jace. Thank you, and I'm grateful that you did too. That's an advantage you have when you learn the game young. I didn't have to go through a, you know, unlearning phase. Well, I did a bit, but not as much of an unlearning phase as most people. I had my little, you know, red pill rage, as they call it. But my red pill rage lasted like a couple months, and then I was over it. I didn't seethe in it for years. I very quickly got over the fact that I was lied to about how women worked. Very, very quickly. So if you're getting this young, you're fucking lucky. Do you know the banned book from Robert Greene, 24 Laws of Seduction Opinion? I think I got some commission for selling that book on my page, right? I did. But yeah, it's a good book. It's a decent book. It's a good for understanding the different archetypes and energies that you can use for seduction. I think the best value you get out of that book is understanding that you don't have to be a certain type of person to be seductive. You can be seductive no matter what kind of person you are. Even if you're like a naturally needy person. What do you think a rake is? Right? When the book talks about rakes, those are just needy people. But needy people that are successful seducers. They're persistent motherfuckers. Right? So yeah, it's a decent book. It's really good. Luckily, I was heartbroken when I just opened your channel. Yes! Perfect timing, right? Hell yeah. I'm happy about that. Let's see. What's the ideal split between siren and sweetheart? I would say more siren than sweetheart. Like at least anywhere from 70 to 85% is a good split, in my opinion. Too close, like 65% or 60%. Ugh, too much sweetheart. You don't want too much sweetheart. You want more siren than sweetheart. Yeah, I read Richest Man in Babylon already. Read that book again. Trust me, that's a book you want to go over 7 times or more. While I've never heard anyone mention The Alabaster Girl, it was one of my first books. Hell yeah, that is one of the most important books. Like, I gotta go back into my archive and show you guys. There's some really important like books as far as pickup and seduction goes. Alabaster Girl is one of them. There's another one that which name, like, for whatever reason. Hold on. I never fucking remember the names, but I remember the information in it. I gotta find it because I literally, when I was younger, like literally over. Is it up to 10 years ago by now? No, it wasn't 10 years ago because I was in Nigeria when I downloaded this. Oh no, I wasn't in Nigeria when I downloaded this. So I want to say 8 years or so. There's a guy that was super famous. This Asian guy, in the pickup community. He was a buff Asian dude, and he had amazing fucking ideas about how pickup and seduction works. And he wrote a book. One of the most important books I've ever read, as far as I'm concerned. And when I remember the name, I will bring it to you. It's so fucked up, I can't even remember the name right now. It'll come to me later, and I'll be like, you can say it on the line. But I will remember the name and bring it to you guys. Advice on building mental fortitude. Put yourself in hard, high pressure, high tension, high anxiety type of situations. The only way to train your mental is to increase your mental load. Just like the only way to train your physical is to increase your physical load, right? You have to tear those micro tissues of your psychology. You feel what I'm saying? The Nigerian accent, Jason's a G. Yeah, I don't keep forgetting. The Nigerian accent is not an accent for me. It's how I talk. Motherfuckers forget that. Like I'll talk to my girl like that. My loved ones hear me talk like that. What was I doing a few hours ago? Just blasting fucking Afro beats and singing along. Like that's how I am. I don't know. Maybe the accent is throwing them off. I am a Nigerian man. First and foremost, primarily, I am a Nigerian man. If I had my way, I would not speak English the whole day. But I have to, because we both fly everywhere, you know. So that's what's up. Let's see. Squad in Casanova. What does that even mean? Just finished season 2. Homelander freaky as hell. Homelander gets freakier in season 3. So buckle up, Ambush. Buckle the fuck up. Someone said, keep going. Exactly. It's about to get crazier. Homelander is a motherfucker. So, keep that in mind. I think that's the name of mods can pin that. Oh, fair enough. The name of what? Squatting Casanova? Oh, the guy in question? Hold on. I will literally go on my file right now because I know I have a copy of that book in every single device I own. So let me go in and I will literally... I didn't want to do this on the live because it will take a little bit, but fuck it. Let's go to docs. I want to... Was it Squatting Casanova? No, I don't think it was Squatting Casanova. But yeah. Let me see. This has to be your favorite girl. You're always here. Don't say that. Her head is gonna get big. I don't know if you heard her, but she said, "I am." Is there anything in the mystery method you don't agree with fully? Nope, not a thing. The mystery method is fucking ironclad. Not a thing. Not a thing. There are things you can improve on and optimize, sure, but it is quite literally the skeletal structure of game. It is. Anyone that talks about game that doesn't borrow principles from that book is fucking lying to you. Straight up. Straight up. Let's see. Where would it be? Files, okay. Let's see. You can speed up the age. Oh no, I don't want to do that. I want to speed up the aging of things. Game Junjutsu. I already have that. For me, it's teleportation. Teleportation, and by the way, I love this show Supercell because they really did a good job of explaining how teleportation actually works. I've always said, if someone is going to have teleportation isn't going to be the power. It's going to be a symptom of the real power. The real power is the ability to manipulate time and space. That's why in Supercell, the guy that has teleportation, Michael, he can also freeze time. He can also rewind time. That's the real power, is the manipulation of time and space. Because what you're doing when you teleport is freezing a place in time, moving your space in time, your physical position, and then replaying time as you continue in a new position. It's a manipulation of time and space. That's what teleportation is. You feel me? Bro, my connection is cause, but yo, Jace, upload these lives to YouTube and my life is... I should read that in the fucking sound voice. Jace! Upload these lives to YouTube and my life is yours. Fair enough. I will. Or should I put it in the group? I'm gonna put it in the community. By the way, y'all should probably join the list for the waiting list for the community. Just a little shameless plug there. Shameless plug. Oh shit! I forgot to send Dimitri the video. I will. Dimitri has so much patience with me, I swear. I'm surprised he hasn't fucking tried to punch me through the phone yet. Let's see. I think that's the name of... Oh, I already read that one. I find women's voices the biggest turn on. The biggest turn on? Do you agree with that? Well, what do you think is the thing about you that turns me on the most? And she looked down at her titties. Aside from that, the face card, yes. The face card never declines. What else?
Ass.
What else?
My stellar personality.
It is stellar. I'll give you that. It is stellar. But...
Personality.
Inside joke. But try to mention something that isn't physical, abstract. And that isn't just a blanket statement like personality. I am.
Everything.
Vague. Be specific. So you gotta test these bitches like this
You
sometimes.
like my willingness to adapt to your lifestyle.
It's yeah. You're right. That is. But is that a turn on? Yes, it is. But also, it's more of like a. It's
I
a
have
pre.
one that came to my mind.
Okay, keep that to yourself. That probably can't say that on TikTok. But yeah, for sure.
Well, I won't say.
Don't say shit. No, I'm playing. No, but it is true though. Anyway, I want the night. You know me. I don't give a fuck. Let's see. Let's see. On a game, a book on game perhaps from Jason the Pickup Scientist. Yes, that's in the works for sure. Whoever you taught game to, you've imprinted them. We will be using this until we die. Exactly. Yes, you're all my bitches too. Yes, baby got more competition. Yeah.
I'm number one Pookie. Sorry.
Number one Pookie, she says. But yeah, you're all the Pookie army. That's what we're gonna start calling everybody. The Pookie army. You're the general, but this is the Pookie army.
What's above general? The colonel?
I don't even know.
Colonel Pookie.
Colonel Pookie. If I I'll be the general. You be lieutenant, and then these are cadets.
Why is colonel spelled with an L?
Honestly, why is colonel pronounced with a R? Let's start with that. Because in Nigeria, it's colonel.
That's literally what it should be.
Colonel. Colonel, so on, so. That's how we say it. But for whatever reason, y'all are... Why? What is that weird-ass fucking function? It's the only English word that does that. According to America, anyway.
It's just not spelled.
I think someone in the South said colonel, someone, and then everyone else adapted it.
It could have been.
I think that's what happened.
And then it turned into like...
Colonel. Just over time. Colonel.
Colonel.
I think that's what happened. Neb said the Pookie Force. I like that. The Pookie Force. Let's go. I fuck with that, actually.
The Pookie Posse?
The Pookie Posse is nice because it rhymes. I like that. The Pookie Posse. No, it makes us sound like a small group. Pookie Force. Too feminine? I don't give a fuck. Pookie Posse.
Yeah, because out of the two words, Pookie and Posse, Posse is the feminine one.
That's funny. Alright, fair enough. Pookie Force is nice though. I like Pookie Force.
Yeah.
Pookie Force. Go, Pookies. I like that. Pookie. Oh shit! On hold till further notice. Let's see. But could you repeat the answer to my question, please? Which question? Which one? Our kids will learn it. Our kids. Yes, they all will. I will have a game Bible that I have to pass down to generations. I'm not even kidding. And it'll be full of predictions because I have a few predictions about how the world is going to change with regards to dating. It's not going to stay the same, right? The world always corrects and overcorrects. It's a pendulum swinging from one side to the other. The way my sons will have to game girls is very different than the way I do, because power and the concept of power would have changed over time by that time. So a few adjustments need to be made type shit. Anyway, guess it wasn't the name. Probably not. I gotta remember why I kept that. Take that, ooh. Yeah. Oh. I put your fingers through your legs, wrap me up. Hold on. Okay, never mind. How do you develop a mind capable of capable to predict things per se? Human behavior. That's really where it starts from. Once you understand how people work, what they prioritize, how they function, how easy it is to influence their behavior, then yeah, you just go from there. It's human behavior. It all comes down to human psychology. One girl says she basically knows about me texting other girls, but doesn't want to hear about it. Fair enough. Cool. Not a bad rule to follow. Damn, Mystery really is a G, I guess. Yes, he's the white Jesus of game. Real talk. What do you have going for you besides your looks? Babe, what do I have going for me besides my looks?
What don't you have going for you?
Good question. See, not my words. You know, I don't like to brag. Her girl said it.
You don't need to have looks if you have confidence.
No, there you go. Do I have confidence, or am I just fucking delusional and crazy? Let's be honest.
That's the best version of it.
Only hot girls say that, by the way. Like, that's why she can say that. Like, she's crazy too. She's up there. She's extreme. But, you know, that's how it works. But yeah, that's what I have going for me, I guess, if you want her to answer the question. Super game, indeed. Can you ask her how your first date was with her? She sounds happy as fuck. How was our first date, baby?
Aww.
She's going down memory lane. Want to come sit here for a second? She's fucking skipping over here. Alright, how was the first date?
It's great.
It was great. I remember coming in, I showed up late, right?
Yeah, you did.
Yes,
But
I
I lived near it, so I didn't leave until I thought that you were going to be there.
And I still showed up late.
Yeah, and I was still sitting there on a bench, all lonely. Could have been murdered.
I'm surprised you were sitting outside though. I thought you would just go in. My bad, guys. I forgot to do the thingy thing to make, the live not pause automatically. But anyway, where were we? Some.
You showed up late.
Showed up late. Okay, yeah. So I showed up late. I remember you were nervous.
I was so nervous.
Yeah.
I had a drink before. I was telling you that.
Right.
Today.
Literally today. Yeah, that's so
Yeah,
true.
because
She had to take some alcohol because she was trying to kill the tension. But alcohol can't kill my tension.
Yeah. Well, I remember feeling the perfect amount of intimidated and also kind of comfortable.
Yeah. What about me made you feel comfortable at that time?
It's the same thing that actually intimidated me, which is that you'll just say anything.
True. That's very true.
And it can go both ways. Like,
It
it
can.
either be intimidating or it can be
Exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But intimidating is also exciting.
It is. Yeah.
Because it's
I have no idea what the hell is going on there. It's like, when are you having a podcast, Chief? Stop playing. For real. For real. You should have stolen your brother's mic. It'd be a good idea. How do you develop a mind capable of... I already read that one. Tomorrow's the call, right? Yes. All my mods assemble. Tomorrow is the call. And she's probably going to be there too. Tomorrow is the call, mods. We have so much to fucking talk about. I hope Dimitri has been, seeding in the group what I, have in mind. We are about to do some amazing things. So
it's called scary.
she doesn't like the overly aggressive testosterone in the group. It's funny. No, she can handle it. It's fine. Let's see. Jace's tension is stronger than alcohol. You heard it here first. Yeah.
Seriously.
It is.
It's stronger than anything. I could have been on like 14 Percocets and still.
I'm not saying. Hold on. Let me turn around so they don't think I'm giving you eye signals and shit. Say it again for me, please. That's how. I'm telling you. Once you understand tension, game is like easy for you. You feel me? The Pookie Force assemble. Yes. I just so cute. You just looked at your hand. Whenever it gets interesting, it pauses. Sorry about that. I am not doing that on purpose. I don't know what the fuck TikTok is up to. But anyway, back to what we were saying. Go on. More glazing. Come on. Hurry up.
You just want me to stroke your shoulder a little more?
Yes. More stroking. No, I'm playing. But on a serious note.
I liked how many questions you were asking me. I didn't really feel like you wanted to talk about yourself as much as you wanted to talk about me.
Now you know why.
Listen, I want to say something. All girls want is to talk about themselves. That's it.
So I just asked her questions and you did what?
Tell you everything.
You see why I called it the interview? You think I named that for no reason?
Oh my god, that makes so much sense.
I'm nice with the shit. I'm just saying. Do you get it now? Anyway.
Because that's what builds comfortability is when the girl can just tell you everything.
When she knows that you care about the information.
And just that you're listening. Because I feel like the questions you were asking, it might be called the interview, but it didn't feel like an interview. That's the thing. It didn't feel like you were just reading off a list of pre-selected questions that you were going to ask me.
It felt like I was actually trying to dig deeper into your life.
Yeah, like you would base your next question off of what I had responded to the previous question with.
I'm giving the guys that have the course to stare. Do you get it now? So they don't
Shit works.
This shit. Hey. Okay. We had fun though. I do remember.
You also picked the perfect place. I feel like that had.
It was what was good about the place? This is another thing we like to talk about.
It was so intimate, and it was just we were the only people there.
Only people there.
And we were in this cute little booth.
Cute little booth.
Bomb ass food.
Don't think I'm feeding you lines at this point.
It's true though.
So they I don't think you understand how important what you just said is, because that's literally everything I tell them when I talk about.
Don't show up late though.
Don't listen to her.
No.
Also, literally everything I keep telling you guys, right, It has to be secluded and quiet, so you actually have the opportunity to get to know each other without any outside distractions, right? It's better if you go to a place that's a small mom and pop shop.
No activities.
No activities. Don't go to the fucking movies. The attention is on the movie and not you and her. Don't go to
Mini golfing is the worst.
Mini golfing is terrible as the first date.
Bowling.
Cool third date, fourth date, bowling, roller skating, ice rinks. Even the date.
Ice rinks would be hilarious. If you took me to an ice rink on our first date, knowing that neither of us can ice skate,
fucking ice skate.
that would have been a hilarious first date.
It would have been. We should do that.
Let's go do it.
Let's go do it. We're gonna
break every.
We're gonna break every bone. Fuck it. More stories. Yeah. Where's that place I took you on for your birthday? The adrenaline park. That was so fun. That's a great third, fourth, fifth date.
Yeah.
Right. Throwing axes, racing cars, a punching machine. Cool. But
he beat the record.
I beat the record. They've seen the video of it. You've seen the video of it, right? Of course I fucking beat the record. What do you expect, bitch? Anyway. We getting insider information. Take notes. Indeed, that's what's up. But yeah, just so you guys know, I don't just talk out of my head. I would never tell you guys stuff that I don't test out myself. That's why you see sometimes I hold back on information or I talk around it. I'm not doing that because I just hate you guys. I have to test it out first. I have to confirm it. The scientist is in my name for a reason. Not just because I'm a man of science, but the methodology of understanding how things work is what science is all about, right? Gotta figure it out first. That's it. That's all it comes down to. But yeah, what else happened on our first date? It was dope though. Alright, we can skip that part. Anyway.
Second date was great.
Second date, yeah. Yeah, don't worry about that right now. We're just talking about the first date. Interview.
Ask her questions, let her talk about herself. But don't. I feel like you should still talk about yourself too.
But that's the thing though. You took initiative and asked me questions back.
Yeah.
So, just the solution to that is get a smart bitch. You don't want to talk to a girl that doesn't have any initiative, or doesn't Don't you want a girl that has standards and want to vet you back? Right. So she asked me questions. She made sure on some level that I wasn't just some random scrub out of nowhere. So yeah, she didn't realize how much trouble she'd be in.
God damn.
You regret it?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But
you ever
didn't
regret
expect it.
Didn't expect it. All the obsession you have now. Poor thing.
What? Me?
Oh, so funny. Nah, but we've had quite the journey together. Yeah. But yeah, this live is gold. Got uploaded to YouTube. We definitely will. And she's probably gonna see it later because she was stalking my YouTube and shit.
Mm-hmm. And that's something else. Every girl is stalking you.
Yeah. Oh, I told him already. Every girl is a stalker. Every single one of them.
She's gone through your entire Instagram followers list and looked at every single girl that's on that list and heavily investigated them.
She has investigated every single person. The ones that commented, the ones that liked your pictures. They've gone into their lives, their friends' lives. They know everything.
She wants to know if they're following you back, if you're following them.
God, I love these fucking glasses. I love this shit, I swear to God.
You don't love the ones I got you?
Oh, did I tell you guys she got me these? She spent quite a penny on them too. They're blue light blockers because she's worried about, how much screen time I have. Isn't she just the sweetest? She's so sweet. Oh. But you see, this is the beauty of women. They also almost exactly match the ones she already has. That's how women work.
Oh, did I do that? What?
That's how women work. They get themselves gifts, but they do it in the guise of you.
I got us matching.
She literally got us matching outfits on Christmas. The shoes and stuff. Ooh, I don't wear those often, do I? Don't make me feel guilty.
They're clean.
Them hoes clean.
They're black patent leather.
And they're my color. They're black and gold. Fuck yeah.
Blends.
Let's see. Some girls don't ask me many questions at all. Damn. Get better ones.
It's because they're uninteresting.
Is that how my potential child found out I had a girl?
Absolutely.
Yes, yeah, that's how she sounded. Like, for sure. She stalked the fuck out of you, and it was not hard to figure out, oh yeah, this guy has someone.
It's so bad. I've stalked you on Pokemon Go.
She used to stalk me on Pokemon Go when I used to like really play it all the time.
But I'll admit it.
That's one thing I do appreciate about you though. That's, again, hot girls in general are okay with their level of crazy, so they don't try to hide it. And that's genuinely more healthy. It's healthier. It's like the average chicks and the below averages are like, oh, I'm not crazy. Hot girls are just like, let me see your fucking phone. Like, it's perfect. Like, good. Let the emotions out. You don't want them bitches that like keep everything in there. Like, it explodes later. What's that?
Well, I was gonna say, really crazy girls are the ones who don't really care what's on your phone and they still stalk you.
True. That's so true. That's that's true. Let's see. What if you're a guy who has no social media? Like, I just use TikTok for watching videos, 0 followers. They'll find a way. It's girls, dude. They'll find a way. They'll find your fucking coworkers. They'll find something. They always do. Like, if we just assume that when it comes to stalking you, they're goddesses. They really are good at it. So they'll find a way. If they really like you, and if anything, it just makes it more of a challenge for them. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, perfect. No social media. Bet. Watch this. Now they have your fucking social security number. Trust me. They'll find a fucking way.
They're looking at the debit card
They're looking at it. All the statements, all the fucking phone records, all of it. They're fucking detectives. I don't know why they don't just replace all of the NSA with women.
I don't know.
I'll never understand that. But yeah. Law, professional FBI agents. Better, honestly. Your FBI agent doesn't have shit on my girl. I'm telling you right now. Don't have shit. Did you hear what I said? She was stalking my movement patterns throughout the city with Pokemon Go,
I was just
bro.
seeing, like, if you had played it by because they show you with your friends, like, who's... Like,
and then
like what the last Pokemon
and when it was.
So that's even worse because I was trying to differentiate the Pokemon.
The Pokemons, like which one was it? And now she's fucking memorized a bunch of Pokemon because of it. And then she would send. Here's the sneaky thing. She would send me gifts on Pokemon Go because what happens when you send a gift? You see the location where they got the gift from.
I Jesus. Know that 'cause I didn't say that.
I know, but I do. That's right. Would the police force benefit in hiring more female detectives? I think they would. Women are just better cognitively at like at noticing things on a social level. They're better. They're designed for that. It's an evolutionary feature they have that they've evolved with. They have had to be better with their eyes and their sensory perceptions in general for their own survival. Like men, we can rely on strength, speed, stamina, blah, blah. But for them, they need to have better eyes than us. That's why if you're out in public, yes, you have the the more capacity for danger. You can protect both of you, blah blah. But trust me, your girl is far more sensitive to danger than you are. Unless you do too good a job, and then they
No, when we're walking around, I'm running into the street.
Literally, I gotta pull her from the fucking poles and shit because in her mind, Jason's here. I can just be a little girl. We're probably gonna be more than 8 people, so we gotta make sure. Make sure to what? To prepare Zoom or something. Oh, true. For the call tomorrow, yes. I want a full house tomorrow. None of that Instagram shit. Yeah, I will send out a link for Zoom. We're all getting on Zoom, okay? A girl stalked me to the point of finding my BJJ's tournament stats on some random pages. That's wild. Look at her acting all surprised eyes like she hasn't tried.
No, I'm impressed.
That's impressive though. Like your BJJ
you
stats. You
should be impressed too. I mean,
I'm very impressed.
No, I'm saying like he should because that means she really fucks
That means she really fucks with you. That's
like
true.
Heavy.
That's very true. Yeah, you should be impressed by that. I hope that girl is still in your life. That's a useful bitch. Just
if
saying.
she's not, go get your wife back.
For real, like. Nah, but for real, like she's useful. Keep her in the crew. Who was the craziest girl you ever had to deal with? I mean, she's up there. I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to be coy about it, cause it's TikTok. But if I get into like the shit she's done, she's up there. You're definitely top 3, babe.
I want to be number 1.
She wants to be number 1. That's crazy. God damn it.
Like a top 3 kind of girl.
She ghosted you today. Go get your wife back, bro. She ghosted him today. Is that the girl we were talking about from before, in the beginning? Is that the one? What happened there? Is it the one you made a mistake with? He made a mistake, I think. So.
I heard that